So, I'm going to tell you a story about my sex life, and I think it will help you. Hey guys, I'm Stephanie, your sexologist and sex coach for men. And in today's video, I am sharing with you some personal info that is just so interesting and fascinating to me now looking back, knowing what I know now. So, I am at this place in my life right now where I am truly confident and have a lot of conviction in what I have to say. And I know what I have to say is meaningful. Last year, I was not in this same mindset. I was allowing insecurity to often lead the way in my communication, especially in my relationship, because I had gone through an illness that I looked at through a victim-minded lens of this took away so much from me. It took away my confidence. It took away my boobs physically. Like I had breast implant illness, so I had to get my implants taken out. Faced some body dysmorphia because I had some digestion issues when I got sick, so my stomach would stick out and I didn't know why. And because of that victim mindset, I chose to act through the lens of insecurity. At the time when we talked about our sex life, my boyfriend would make comments, and he had this one phrase that he would consistently say when it came to our talking about our sex life. And he would say, well, our sex life could always be better, but it's good. And like, blah, 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 blah. Maybe we could try this. Maybe we could do this. And I liked when we did this. But he always started it with, it could be better. It could always be better. And yeah, it could always be better. So like, but in my head, it was just like the way he said it. I was like, it kind of sounds like it's not great for him. And okay, like I guess I'm not as attractive as I used to be with my boobs being smaller. And like, this is my insecure brain being like, yeah, I guess I'm like not as coming across as sexy because I'm not as confident. So like, yeah, I guess it makes sense. Right. And it's just insecurity leading the way, making assumptions and overthinking this instead of getting clearer and asking him, well, what would make it great? And what do you mean by this exactly? So had a couple more conversations. So he said the same phrase. I got the same type of reaction in my gut of like, like I hate when he says that. It doesn't feel nice, but I can't handle the truth right now. So like, I'm not going to dig into it. Right. And this is because I was in an insecure place. I wasn't willing to go further because out of fear that I don't want to know the truth. I'm already insecure. I can't handle more pain. Right. This is what I see now looking back. So then we get to a point of conversation where I have a bit more confidence and he says it again. Our sex life could always be better. And I said, what would make it better? And he said, I don't know, if we use more toys or stuff. Like it was kind of generic, but it was like he at least mentioned toys. So I was like, all right, like I guess I never knew he was that into toys, but okay. Because he never brings them up or he never like brings them into the bedroom. So and then like more recently, with me being in this newfound place of confidence, the conversation comes up again. And he's like, yeah, our sex life could be better. And I'm like, okay, we're going to talk about this because I can handle this now. Nothing you say can hurt me. This is me talking to my head. I'm like, whatever he says, he can't hurt me. Let me find out what the hell he means by this comment because it's time to get to the bottom of this. What would actually make sex great? And why does he feel like, yeah, it could always be better? It's okay. Like what makes it like that? Like I want to know. So I said that straight up to him. I said, you always make that comment. Every time we talk about this, it seems you make that comment. It could always be better. And you mentioned toys, but you never bring toys into the bedroom. So like, it doesn't make sense to me. If toys are that important, why do you never talk about them or try to use them? And we have a whole bag of them. Like you could use them. It's not like I say no. And I was like, because to be honest, I think our sex life is great. Like I've really been enjoying it. Like I have so much fun. I think we've been trying so many different things. Last night was super hot. I love when you do this. You've been doing this recently, which is a new thing for me. And that's been so much fun. I think our sex life is great. I really love it. So I want you to love it too. And I'm just curious what's preventing you from loving it the way that I do. And he was like, wait, really? You think it's great? And I was like, yeah. I was like, why would you not think that? Like, what makes you not think I would think it's great? And he said, well, when we first started having sex, you would use so many toys and you were so into like all these different toys and they're like right from the start of our relationship. And I remember telling you like, we need to pull back because it's like too much too soon for me. I'm not used to using all these toys. And then we pulled back and you never seemed to like bring them back in. So I always thought that's what you really wanted. And you just thought our sex life wasn't great. So I was just saying, oh, it could always be better because we weren't using the toys I thought you wanted to use. But I was like, oh my God. So all this time you thought you were enjoying our sex? And he's like, yeah, I've been enjoying it for a while. I think it's great. I didn't think you thought it was great. And we were just like, wow, that is funny. like even saying our sex life could be better can be such a miscommunication, right? And like you can overthink things for so long. It was probably months. It was probably 6 months of overthinking that. And look, when I was insecure, we were not having great sex because I was holding back. He was feeling that. It really matters. It makes a difference when you're in a very insecure place compared to confidence, because I've experienced both. But in the last 6 months, with us being in a much more confident place, both of us, myself especially, it was interesting to go 6 months of me really enjoying it and hearing a few conversations of him being like, it could be better, and not understanding that until really getting to the bottom of this conversation. And it took me stepping into courage. Let me step into this conversation that may feel a little like uncomfortable, right? But it also took confidence in me to believe that, hey, I'm enjoying my sex life. Like, I want him to know I'm really enjoying it, and I would love for him to enjoy it too. So like, what's it going to take for me to help him do that? So it was courage and it was confidence. And it was me looking for that answer and really finding clarity to the point where I'm like, okay, cool. Now I know exactly where we're both at. And it feels so good to now know that he's like, yeah, I love our sex life. Right? It makes such a difference. So if you're not feeling that clarity, you can find it. So I hope this was a video that you were able to relate to and learn from. I learned so much from this. And I'm a sexologist and I'm still learning about myself. There's never going to be a time where I have a perfect sex life and everything is perfect all the time. There's no such thing. It's like everything comes in waves, and no relationship is perfect. No sex life is perfect. You're always going to keep learning about yourself, and that's the joy of life. And that's what I love about this, is that sex is such a complex topic that can change in different phases of life. Like for me, I went through a toy phase and then I was over it for quite a while. And that's why I don't love to use a lot of toys anymore. And that's what's cool about sex and the human body when it comes to pleasure and the partner you're with and the stage of life you're living. So anyway, I just thought it was a cool story that would help you. And if you need my help one-on-one and you're ready to make a change and get clarity, then apply in the description of this video. I would absolutely love to help you. So that's it for this episode. I will see you in the next one.